game.
And he's a strong player as well. See how very active on his feet. Good spring to his step.
Speaking of some spring to your step, Henry. And this one picked out of the air by Hobby. Splits the defense, and here comes Pettiford. Copeland looking for cutters. Hobby for three. And out of the pack comes Henry. 7-point lead for the Rams. Stolen by Palm out front. Willie Sweat trying to keep up with him. And he sweated the ball right out of him.
I would have told you that was 2 points when Eric Palm had the ball at the half-court line. Good defense.
Here's Berry out high. And now off to Glanzer, who's just checked into the game. Played about 9 minutes and set a vicious screen out high. But one-armed rebound by Hobby.
Because he can.
Here's Hobby again. Takes the baseline. Oh! Out. He was dunking that one on all y'all.
Yeah, he was.
And he'll go to the free throw line. Where he's hit 2 for 2 here tonight. We'll get a look from the Metro Sports Jib Cam.
He's one of two that no doubt will play pro beach volleyball at some point in time. Good athletic ability, as Hobby had his mind made up right there that he was coming at everybody. Good job by Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning with a nice foul. He wasn't having any of that. And Hobby has hit 3 straight free throws. Detmer back into the ball game, replacing Rockers, who had some nice moments on the floor there while he was in. 11:09 to play first half. Eric Hobby, 4th all-time in blocked shots, and he's a sophomore.
You know, we'll talk a lot about Andy Lightning tonight. Doesn't give you a lot of points and rebounds. Very solid at 5 and 3. But he does a lot of other things, just like the defensive play we just saw, setting good solid screens and freeing up a lot of his teammates.
Berry from outside. Detmer the rebound. Here's Hobby. Backs it out for Pettiford. 5-point lead. Rams on top. They started out with a quick burst. 6-0 to lead this one. Wolf had it blocked into the hands of Berry. Here comes Gobert. And knocked away, but right in the hands of Barnes, who collects the garbage and scores it. He has a half dozen. Back to a 7-point lead.
Good post right here.
Copeland wheeling and can't get it to go, and Barnes the rebound. Look at Berry run the floor. And a nice deal off to Glanzer, or Lightning. That was Andy Lightning that got the bucket that time, his first hoop. And Coach Statham wants timeout, as it's now in a 9-point lead, 22-13.
There's that unselfish play of Berry, who's difficult to guard. You know he's going to go at the rim when given the opportunity, and that's why the defense committed to him there, leaving Lightning wide open.
10 minutes to play. And they got out on a break in a hurry that time, Doug.
That's what Berry does so well. Here you know he's going right at the rim. Defense commits to him. Good job by Det. Whereas Lightning has a wide open lane to the basket at that point.
And they've beaten him down the floor a couple of 3 times for easy buckets. And Coach Statham looking for a good possession here on the offensive end.
You know, and sometimes in this tournament it boils down to energy, and right now the energy that Texas Wesleyan is putting on the floor early on in the ball game is greater than that of
Muckway with another block as Detmer tried to tech it up.
He's halfway to his total of last night, as Muckway had 4 blocks last night. We talked about that, but definitely a shot blocker inside. Very long arms.
And here comes Berry getting the return pass and one. I mean, they got that thing out of there and were just gone.
And they are running right now. Rams doing a good job of putting a lot of pressure on the defense of McKendree.
Chris Berry, the transfer from Division I St. Francis.
And that's all this does right now. Chris Berry off for the races alongside of him. Ryan Barnes doing a good job of running along with, and trailing was also Muckway.
Wolf picks it up. Here's Hobby on the baseline. Now he's going to post up. Wolf deals it over to Detmer as they're playing in about a 5-foot triangle down low. Palm shoots the three, and the rebound taken out of the air by Muckway.
And that's a missing piece to this equation right now from McKendree, as Eric Palm not involved. Good defense by Terrell Henry.
Muckway wanted the lob that time. He saw him pointing up in the air. This is an athletic team for Texas Wesleyan. When you look at guys like Muckway, Chris Berry, Terrell Henry, Barnes is a good athlete. Gober, that guy finds a way to score.
Absolutely.
Wolf with a nice pass. Good fall-away shot, and it goes for Rutgers. The freshman has a half dozen to lead the way right now for McKendree. McKendree had a 21-game winning streak this season. Berry from outside, and the rebound by Detmer. That's a school record 21-game winning streak.
Oh, good move.
And one for Wolf.
He does a lot of very good things for his team as well. Just a sophomore, he's the extension of the coach on the floor, along with Eric Palm. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists a game. Just very solid all the way across the board, and does a good job of not committing a lot of turnovers too. Sees the avenue here to the lane and just goes right after it.
Short on the free throw. That foul was on Gober. 15th foul on Texas Wesleyan.
Good defense as well here on Terrell Henry.
And that is a tough matchup.
And Terrell's going to try to post him up 6'4" against 6'1".
And the rebound bounds right to Wolf at 6'1".
That's generous, too.
Eric Palm off the glass. It would have counted, and he'll go back to the line.
Eric Palm trying to find his stroke from one way right now, and that's by drawing the foul, going to the free throw line, and getting that confidence as he passes up the three right here to try to gain that confidence, getting closer to the basket, giving what the defense, or taking what the defense gives to him.
And Doug, to get yourself into the flow from the free throw line as well.
Talking about.
Because if there is a guy that can get into the flow from the free throw line, it's the 84% shooting Eric Palm. Co-captain on this team for McKendree. The other captain, senior John Russler. Palm also a senior. 5 straight free throws. It's a 6-point game. Checking in Tyler Sears now, wearing number 2 for the Rams of Texas Wesleyan. Palm with a steal, the race to the rack. And dinner is served.
He's definitely back into the flow of the game. He's providing the energy right now that the Bearcats need to feed off of him.
Copeland trying to check Berry, and there is not much more of a difficult task in the NAIA than checking Mr. Berry.
No.
And he'll go to the line.
No, he's very aggressive. He's coming right at you. He shoots 50% from the field. He's that inside-outside threat at 6'4" that is difficult to match up against.
Berry missing the first one. We talked about him being the transfer from Division I St. Francis. Well, he wasn't just a guy on the team. He was 2-time all-conference. In fact, he was the conference MVP. And here he is at Texas Wesleyan as a senior and scoring over 21 a game. And he scored almost 700 points in the regular season. In fact, he's over 700 now after scoring 19 in game 1. From outside, Pettiford for 3. A 2-point game. Pettiford had a career-high 11.